Welcome you all in the lecture number 18 of Engineering Mathematics 1 MTL 1025. In this lecture, we will going to discuss mean value theorem, that is Rolle's mean value theorem, and Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay, and examples related to these two theorems. Examples related to Rolle's and mean values theorem. Rolle's and Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay, so first we will discuss what is Rolle's mean value theorem, right? Now see, the statement of the Rolle's theorem is that if fx is continuous function in closed interval ab and f dash x is derivative of the function exists for every value of x in the open interval, and value of the function at the end point means fa and fb are equal. If these three conditions are satisfied by any function, then the result says that there exists one c in AB such that f prime c is equal to 0, right? It means slope of the tangent of the function at the point C is 0. Okay, sorry, is perpendicular to the y-axis. Okay, for example, see this point. If this point is A, this point is B, then this is continuous and differentiable function, and endpoint value of the function are same, then there exists one C. For example, this C, call it C1. Tangent at this point is parallel to x-axis, that is perpendicular to y-axis. This is C2 and this is C3. Okay, then Rolle's theorem says that if any function fx in interval ab, number one, is continuous in ab, differentiable in open interval ab, and third, value of the function at the endpoints are equal. If any function fx satisfy all these three conditions, then there exists C belongs to open interval AB such that f prime c is equal to 0, right? F prime c is equal to 0 means dy by dx of the function, dy by dx means y is equal to fx, dy by dx of the function at the point x equal to c, 0. Okay, so this is the statement of the Rolle's theorem. So if we apply Rolle's theorem on any function, say for example, if fx is equal to sin x e to the power x, what is fx? Is equal to sin x e to the power x in open interval 0 to pi, right? So we have to verify all three conditions, condition number 1, 2 and 3 of this function. If all three conditions are true, then we apply Rolle's theorem and then we will go for the result, this one. Okay, now see whether all three conditions are true or not. One function is this and second function is x minus a to the power m, x minus b to the power n in AB, where mn are positive integer. Okay, now so first function is sin x e to the power x. This is the function. Now see some statement about the continuity and differentiability. If fx and gx are two continuous functions, then by algebra of continuity, fx plus gx is also continuous, fx minus gx is also continuous, fx into gx is also continuous, and fourth, fx divided by gx is continuous provided that gx does not equal to 0. Okay, so at this function we will apply condition number 4, right? First see what is fx. Fx, we call it some other function, phi x and psi x. Fx is equal to sin x by e to the power x. We call it is psi x, and this one is phi x, okay, instead of fx and gx. So sin x is continuous function, e to the power x is continuous function. So by algebra of continuity, division of these two functions is continuous. Since e to the power x is non-vanishing character, so e to the power x is not 0 at anywhere on the real line. Therefore, by algebra of continuity, sin x by ex is continuous function. Okay, the first condition is true. And what is second condition? Second condition is also similar to the first condition. What is that? Instead of continuity, we will use the differentiability. Okay, what is that? If fx and gx are two differentiable functions, okay, then by algebra of differentiability, fx plus gx is differentiable, their difference is differentiable, product is differentiable, and their division is also differentiable. Provided that gx does not equal to 0. Okay, so sin x is differentiable function. We consider fx is equal to sin x by e to the power x, that is psi x divided by phi x. This is differentiable function. E to the power x is differentiable function. So by algebra of differentiability, sin x by ex is differentiable function. Okay, so this condition is also true. The function is continuous, function is differentiable, and third one. What is third one? F of a is equal to f of b, means f of 0 is equal to f of pi, right? What is f of 0? F of 0 is equal to 0. This f of 0 is equal to 0. F of pi is equal to 0. It means f of 0 and f of pi both are 0. Okay, so all three conditions of Rolle's theorem satisfied by this function. Now come to the result. What result says that then there exists C belongs to closed interval AB such that f prime C is equal to 0. What is fx? Fx is this one. Okay, sorry, f prime x is equal to this one. Now by the result, f prime c is equal to 0. If we solve this, then we find that tan c is equal to 0, then c is equal to pi by 4, and this pi by 4 lies in this interval. Okay, 0 to pi. Now come to the second example. What is second example? If fx is equal to x minus a to the power m and x minus b to the power n, where m and n are positive integer. Now see, apply Rolle's theorem on this function. Whether the Rolle's theorem is applicable or not, we have to verify all three conditions. Fx is continuous. Why fx is continuous? Fx is continuous since this fx is continuous since fx is polynomial x minus a to the power n and x minus b to the power n, this is a polynomial. Okay, so polynomial is everywhere continuous on whole real line, and polynomial is differentiable also. So first one is fx is continuous on AB, and second one fx is differentiable on open interval AB, and third one f of A is equal to f of B, that is 0. Okay, so apply all three conditions are satisfied by this function. So apply Rolle's mean value theorem. Then there exists C belongs to AB such that f prime C is equal to 0. Now what is the derivative of the function? Differentiate this function. This is the product of two functions. Okay, derivative of this function is this one. Okay, and at point C this is equal to 0. If we solve it, then we find that C is equal to mb plus na divided by m plus n. Now see, one question arises here whether this point C belongs to AB. Yes. Why? See this thing. A0, this is B0, and this one is, suppose this is the point C0 which divides this in the ratio of m into n. Then what is C? C is equal to m into B plus n into A divided by line segment rule. Okay, m plus n, and second coordinate is 0 obviously. Okay, so this C is this one. Since m and n are positive integer, this belongs to closed interval AB. Okay, so this is the Rolle's mean value theorem. Now come to the Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay, Lagrange's mean value theorem. What is the difference between Lagrange's and Rolle's mean value theorem? Rolle's mean value theorem says that the value of the function at the end point, means f of AB, f of A and f of B, both are equal. Then Lagrange, in the statement of Lagrange's theorem, it clearly states that the value of the function at end point is not necessary. Then what happened? What is the change in the result? Then the Lagrange's theorem states that if fx is continuous in closed interval AB and fx is differentiable in open interval AB, then the result says that then there exists C in open interval AB such that f prime C is equal to fb minus fa divided by b minus a. Okay, see, first we have to prove it whether the result is true or not. So we define a new function. Say this is phi x, that fx minus f of b f of a divided by b minus a into x. Okay, this is the new function. Now verify Rolle's theorem for this new function. Right, verify Rolle's theorem for phi x. Okay, so number one, phi x is continuous. Why phi x is continuous? See, phi x is continuous since fx is continuous. Yes, fx is continuous. It is given in the statement of the theorem, and this one is the first degree polynomial. Right, this is the first degree. This is basically Cx, where C is fb minus fa divided by b minus a. Okay, the polynomial is continuous everywhere. Fx is continuous and this is polynomial, it is also continuous. So by algebra of continuity, difference of two functions is continuous. So phi x is continuous. Second thing, phi x is differentiable. Okay, phi x is differentiable. Why? Fx is differentiable. It is given here. F dash x exists at every point in open interval AB. Okay. So fx is continuous, and this is the polynomial. It is also continuous. Sorry, it is also differentiable, not continuous. Fx is differentiable, and this polynomial is also differentiable. So by algebra of differentiability, the difference of these two is also differentiable. Okay, so phi x is differentiable also. Now come to the third point. You can verify it. Phi b is equal to phi a. Means value of the function at the end point are equal. You can easily verify it. Okay, so all three conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied by the phi x. So we apply result on phi x, Rolle's theorem result on phi x, which says that there exists C belongs to open interval AB such that phi prime C is equal to 0. What is phi prime C? That is equal to 0. Okay. Now phi prime C is equal to F prime C minus Fp minus Fa divided by B minus A. This is equal to 0. Then what is F prime C? Then F prime C is equal to this. Now see, what is the geometrical interpretation of this Lagrange's mean value theorem? Lagrange's mean value theorem simply states that derivative of the function at any point, not necessarily 0, but derivative of the function at the point is equal to Fp minus Fa divided by B minus A. What is Fp minus Fa divided by B minus A? That is nothing but the slope. Slope of what? Slope of chord AB. This is nothing but slope of chord AB. What is this? Slope of chord AB. Now see, what is slope of this chord? What is A? Capital A is the point AF of A, and capital B is the point BF of B. The line joining these 2 points, line joining AB, FB minus FA divided by B minus A. Okay, yes, this is F prime C. Okay, this is F prime C, right? Means at any point C, slope of tangent at any point C on the curve, slope of tangent at that point is parallel to slope of the chord AB, right? What it means, sorry, that slope of tangent at any point C on the curve is equal to, parallel to not, sorry, it slope of tangent at any point C on the curve is equal to slope of the chord of AB. Okay? So this is the geometrical interpretation. Now see, if there are many points on the C, then similar interpretation also. At many point, tangent at these points are parallel to chord AB. You see this diagram. This is the point AF of A, and this one is the point BF of B. Okay, this is the chord. Now see, this is C1, tangent at this point. This is C2, tangent at this point. This point. See, all tangents are parallel to the chord AB. All tangents are parallel to the chord AB. Okay, this is the geometrical interpretation of Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay, now come to the example. See one or two example related to the Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay, now see, this is the statement of Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay. Now verify Lagrange's mean value theorem for this function. For this function, see, this function is continuous since it is polynomial. This function is differentiable. Okay, this function is differentiable. Yes, since it is polynomial. Then apply Lagrange's mean value theorem. What is Lagrange's mean value theorem? F prime C is equal to Fb minus Fa divided by B minus A. It means multiplied by this thing. Okay. So apply this thing here. What is B? B is equal to 1 by 2. What is A? A equal to 0. Okay. Now see this thing. Fb minus Fa, F of B minus F of A is equal to B minus A, F prime C. What is F prime? F prime is this one. Okay, F prime C is this one. Now after solving this, we find this one. This is the quadratic equation. Solve this quadratic equation. We got two values. One is this and second is this. The Lagrange's mean value theorem says that there exists one C. There exists one C which lies in the open interval AB. Means there exists C belongs to open interval 0 to 1 by 2. So this C, if this is C, this C is not lie in this interval. What about this? 0.236 is lies between, this one is the C, lies between 0 to 1 by 2. Okay. Now come to the second example. If log of 1 by x is equal to x divided by 1 plus theta x, where theta satisfies this condition, 0 is less than theta is less than 1, then deduce this result. Deduce this where x is greater than 0. Okay, all conditions are given. First function is this, theta lies between this, deduce this if x is greater than 0. Okay. Now come to the function. What is fx? Fx is log of 1 plus x, right? Then by Lagrange's mean value theorem, f of a plus h is equal to fa. Very simple, that fb minus fa f prime c into b minus a. If we call b is equal to a plus h, okay, and c, what is c? C belongs to ab, right? It means c is equal to a plus theta and multiplied by h. Okay, so this result become f of b means f of a plus h is equal to fa this side, f of a. What is b minus a? B minus a is nothing but h, right? See this thing, b minus a is equal to h into f prime c. What is f prime c? What is c? C is a plus theta h. Okay, this thing. Okay, now what is fx? Now in this thing we replace a by 0 and h by x. Okay, then we got this thing. Okay, what is fx? Fx is log of 1 plus x. Now what is f of 0? Fx is equal to log of 1 plus x. So f of 0 is equal to log of 1. This is 1, not 0, sorry. The log of 1. So log of 1, what is log of 1? This is 0. Okay, this is 0. Ex into 1 by 1 plus theta x. Okay, f prime theta x is equal to this one. So since 0 is less than theta is less than 1, it is given here. Multiply each term by x. 0 is less than theta x is less than x. Okay. Add 1 in these terms. 1 plus 0, 1 plus theta x, 1 plus x. Okay. We got this thing. And take reciprocal of this, inequality will be changed. So 1 by 1 is greater than 1 by 1 plus theta x is greater than 1 plus. Now multiply each term by x. So x into 1, x into 1 by 1 plus theta x, x divided by 1 plus theta x, x by 1 plus x. And what is this? This is nothing but log of 1 plus x. Okay, this is nothing but, this thing can be written as x divided by 1 plus x is less than log of 1 plus x, is less than x. Okay, so this is the result. Okay, in next class we will discuss about the Cauchy mean value theorem and some problems, some more applications of maxima and minima. Okay, thank you.